which sets the attention now to Kansas City. And we've just played Kansas City. So let's, there's not, I don't want to get into the numbers again. We've just done this in a preview. It's something that the schedule is the way that it is. The Tigers are playing something like 18 games in 17 days before the All-Star break with a doubleheader right after the All-Star break. The schedule is nuts for these guys because of the lockout. Because of the fact that they could not start opening day when they had scheduled opening day. So now we have 4 games in 3 days against Kansas City in Kansas City. We're going to face Brad Keller, game 1 of the doubleheader on Monday. Brad Keller shut us down in Comerica Park last week. He's going to face off against Michael Pineda. Hopefully Michael Pineda can continue to be steady Eddie. He's not going to blow the socks off of anybody. He's not going to just dominate. But hopefully he can get 5-6 innings, get back into the bullpen with a lead, hopefully. And the key in game 1 is going to be getting to Brad Keller early. If we allow him to establish that slider that he was throwing the other week and dominating with, we're in trouble. The bats have got to pick up. Now, we've gone into Kansas City and won a series previously. So hopefully we can do the same because this is a little bit of a revenge series. Remember what I said last weekend. This was just last weekend before they swept the Guardians. I told you that if they lost the series to the Kansas City Royals, that it was an utter failure. It was an utter failure. They lost the series. They ended up sweeping the Guardians, going on a 6-game run. That kind of creates a little bit of hope, but this team is what this team is. So this is a little bit of a revenge series. In Game 2 Monday night, you're going to get Daniel Lynch against Alex Faedo. Faedo's he's coming off that little bit of a hip injury. I wouldn't expect him to go for more than 5 innings. Going to be on a very limited pitch count. Going to almost be like a bullpen game. On Tuesday, lefty Chris Bubich is going to be facing off against Bo Brisky. We're looking for Bo to build on the outing that he had against the White Sox in this previous series. And then Game 4 on Wednesday at 2:10 is going to be Brady Singer against Tarek Skubal. Now, Brady Singer, he works fast. He was dominant. He went 9 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings against us in the previous series. Him and Skubal faced off last time. We know these pitchers. We've just seen them within the last 10 days. So there's no new information for me to give you or to preview other than to say we got to make adjustments. It's got to be different than it was when they were here at Comerica Park. Because if you want to win a series, you've got to get to these pitchers. Now, in previews, we always talk about what do they do well and what don't they do. Here's the deal. I've given this to you before. The Royals statistically are not a fantastic team. They're not a fantastic team. In fact, they're sitting at, I think, 32-52. Okay, they are 4 games worse than the Tigers. Statistically, in the standings. But you know what they do well? They beat us. That's what they do. They find a way to play hard against us. I don't know what it is about them standing on their head when they play the Tigers. But for whatever reason, they are not a 32-52 team when they play the Tigers. They have an all-star in Benintendi, who's a fantastic average-seeking left-handed bat. Whit Merrifield, who always beats up on us. They've got some guys. We have to play them hard. We cannot play them like they're the 5th-place team in the AL Central. We have to play them like they're the 1st-place team in the AL Central. We have to play them like we played the Guardians. We have to play them like we played the White Sox. We have to play them like we've played the Twins previous series to that. It's one of those situations where you cannot play down to your competition. And over this year specifically, and specifically looking at the series 10 days ago, they played down to the competition. I'd like to think that on paper we're a better team than the Kansas City Royals. And I'd like to think that we come out of this 4-game set in 3 days with a series win. Anything less than a split is an utter failure. I will repeat this against the Kansas City Royals again. Anything less than a split, so losing this series, is an utter failure. Now, over this last week, since they left Comerica Park, they've been swept by the Astros in a 4-game series, and then they won 2 out of 3 from the Guardians. So they have it. They have the opportunity. They're probably as frustrating a team to be a fan of as we are this season. But the reality is, you got to play the team in front of you. You got to get to Brad Keller right off the bat. Set the tone for the series in the first game of the doubleheader on Monday. Anything less than a split is a failure. And I expect our pitching to hold up. I expect our pitching to do well. I'd look for Pineda, for Brisky, for Skubal to build on the starts that they've had previously. And hopefully we go into this final series before the All-Star break against the Guardians in this upcoming weekend. Hopefully we go into that with another series win under our belts.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what?